Hey guys, this is Lawrence McCarter. This week I wanted to talk about something that was a lot more personal. If you're like me and millions of other Americans, depression is something that you had to deal with, something that you wrestled with over your life, over years. Being transparent for just a moment, depression is something that I've wrestled with since I got out of the military. Something that I kept quiet about, especially after I got saved, because it was that thing that you're not really supposed to talk about, because within the church construct, it's one of those things that we push off to the side, because once you get saved, the idea is that God's going to deal with all of this stuff for me, and I'm no longer going to have to worry about all of these invasive thoughts and all of these worries and stresses. And if I am having to deal with this, then somehow that means that my salvation is less than or diminished because I'm having to wrestle with all this stuff. When the reality is, depression is real. Depression is something that we actually have to deal with. It's one of the parts of life that you really can't get away from. But on the other hand, depression is also something that God gave us the tools to deal with. I am so glad that we have a loving God, a loving Savior, who gave us the tools to deal with depression rather than just allowing us to be dealt with by depression. Instead of being run over by depression, He's given us the methods and the tools to deal with our depression and not just be handled by it. Now, I'm not saying that therapy is not important. I go to therapy. I have great therapists that I sit down with and hash out my issues. It's great to have someone that you can talk to who can provide wise counsel that you can deal with these things. And I'm a proud advocate, not just as a minister or a man of God, or however you want to refer to it, but as a black man in a community that has for a long time said that you don't need no therapy. Nah, yes you do. You really do need therapy. You probably need to talk to somebody more than you think. But the reality is that in addition to talking to someone about your issues, talking to someone about the things that you wrestle with, it's also important to understand and acknowledge that God has put in place some very important tools to help you to deal with the depression that is binding you and holding you down. So I want, and I'm looking forward to, please join me on this Thursday the 14th, March 14th, so that we can dig into the tools that God has put in place for us to be able to deal with our depression and not just be handled by our depression. I love you guys. Looking forward to hashing this out with you. Blueprint for Life. See you Thursday.